Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tales of Gaming Addiction, the YouTube channel where we talk about gaming and all of that good stuff. And yes, again, it is another match from the Mini LCS. This is, I think, the last of the ones that I've got backed up for so far, and this is KLK versus LSD. So, that's the abbreviations. The actual teams are Khalid's Keys versus Elite Syndrome. As you can see in the timer, it's actually 30 seconds into this game. I wasn't 30 seconds late. We actually had a massive pause because of people having issues connecting to EU West for whatever reason. So this game might be a bit of a shorter one than what you're expecting. Anyways, let's get into the picks and bans. Picks you can obviously see for each team. It's rather interesting to see a Tarek support. Meanwhile, though, on the side of KLK, they banned out for this game Malphite, Lulu, and Zed. Lee Syndrome banned out Lissandra, Jax, and Israel. So pretty standard bans around. Malphite's pretty hard engaged. Lissandra's been quite nasty in the top lane, and there's a bit too much flex for it, I suspect, anyway, for Lee Syndrome to deal with. But otherwise, this game looks to be a very interesting one. So let's go through the lanes. First of all, let's focus on this bot lane as they're hanging around down here. We've got Zucro, as you can see there on the Corki, with a thresh support from Crunchy99. It's a very aggressive lane setup. Obviously not something that's going to happen there till at least level 11 or something like that. Corki really wants to build that Trinity Force before he can go all out. The mid lane, Olympicos on Twisted Fate versus Zone on the Yasuo is a lane that can go either way. It all comes down to where those wind balls land and how they play out. Be interesting to see where that lies. I suspect they might go in favour of Olympicos, judging by the amount of harass. Though it's down to the Zone to get those wind balls up at the right time and go in with those dashes. Top lane, as you can see there, is SKT Faker, not actually Faker, on that Fiora versus X-Cross on Renekton, and that's a Fiora favourite lane. Fiora's just too strong on the top lane. I recall saying it a while ago that when Fiora got a rework, it was a rework that just wasn't needed, doesn't feel needed, she was fine. And now she's just too strong and too heavily a contested pick, although the ultimate from Renekton could be the tipping point, of course, because it gives them a big health boon. And now onto this bot lane, of course, we talked about the Corki Thresh being very aggressive up to level 11, versus Polston on Vayne and Ra on Tarek. Tarek was, I wouldn't say the best support in the world. He's tanky, don't get me wrong. This seems to be the season of tanky supports as opposed to utility supports here. Zone is getting chased down by Little Merchant. Gold card just got pulled, manages to land a hit, burns a flash. And nothing more to come of it, although if a fight had broken out there, I suspect that KLK would have picked up the kills. Meanwhile though, everything calms out. Back to this bottom lane discussion as we hit another pause here. Obviously someone's having connection issues. You'll end up seeing the chat, I suspect, at some point, so need to keep details. And it is going to be X-Cross now having the connection issues. Nothing we can do about it, we just go with the flow. So, back to this bottom lane scenario. Both Vayne and Corki don't like early game all that much. To get farm well, to farm really well on either of those champions is great, but it doesn't really translate to much. It's only when it comes to mid-late game team fights that these champions really surge forward. Corki's got excellent clear with the Gatling Cannon and Hextech rockets, with Valkyrie to charge in to close the gap, or to pull away again if he so chooses a Phosphorus Bomb, just to keep the vision up in the brush as we resume the game now. And Vayne has the Tumble Condemn combo as now Zucro disconnects. Oh, the game that just keeps on giving with disconnects. But anyway, yeah, so you got the Vayne Tumble combo, which will single out a target, and that's about it. As long as she'll have the silver belt damage to proc with it. Got a frog in my throat. Not a delicious chocolate frog from Harry Potter either. But yeah, that's the power of Vayne really when it comes to a team fight. Tarek as a support though is something that's really niggling at me. I think it's the fact that one, he's not the best to go with Vayne. There are certainly other choices I would prefer. I would have preferred probably a Leona. Bard would have been quite good, I suppose, with the health packs lying around and the extra damage and the Meeps, although that would have left Vayne alone for too long. I'm trying to think of other supports. Poppy got taken away. Looking the bans. Lulu, yeah, would have been quite good. Shen would have still been an alright support, because we're out playing the CC. But it's not to say Tarek's not a bad support either. He's given plenty of armor with his shield passive, active from his shatter, and then when he shatters it, he shreds away enemy armor anyway, equal to the amount of bonus armor that he gives. He's also got Empower to improve his abilities, he's got a heal, and he's got a stun. What more can you ask for? Teleport takes a lot of damage in that mid lane, so now it's starting to teeter in LSD's favour. The farm is certainly there. And Xbox is actually proving Renekton is quite good against the Fiora, even without the ultimate. He's certainly winning the farming game, although he's not winning the HP game. He's already chucked down quite a lot of his potions. And he's going to have to play safe for the time being. Although it might be the end here, as Merchant comes in. Does pop a flash though, so if Merchant decides to circle back around, there is no flash available, so it could be a potential here. Although there was water in the brush, so Poppy is going to be spotted. We'll see what X-Cross decides to do. He's going to hug that tower though, he's going to keep it nice and close. Just where he wants it as Poppy goes in with the dash and the flash for first blood. Takes a couple of tower hits, but it's not going to bother her. She is now going to start pushing down that top lane tower, so KLK looking for the early advantage here. Already picking up a kill and looking to harass and push down a tower nice and early in this game here. Looking at the minion score, minion wave, Corky and Bane both doing really well. Both level pegging, in that is pretty much what I suspect this bot lane is going to be like. It's going to be a farm fest for quite a while. In the mid lane though, with the Yasuo Twisted Fate, that Windwall's really keeping the zone in this. He's got a few items under his belt already. He's just got to be careful of Twisted Fate's gold card, blocking him up under stun, and then Twisted Fate getting the proc for his auto attacks for extra damage. As Crunchy takes a fair bit of damage. Nice play with the lance, not to use it offensively or as a means of instant trouble, but use it for a shield bubble to keep Corky alive. Very nicely done. Now, Poppy looking to make something of the mid lane, taking out the wards, denying vision. As X-Cross goes quite aggressive into the Fiora. It's really putting Fiora on the back foot. I feel her passive really not giving any sort of advantage. Although Ian 7 on the Shyvana might be able to make something of it. He is looking to roam around that way. He's actually quite content farming in the jungle. He's been farming for quite a while too. Really hasn't made much of an appearance. He's obviously waiting for the level 6, which is where Shyvana's ganking potential really comes to, like the ultimate shapeshift into dragon form, and you use it to fly in, much like Smaug over the Misty Mountains and over Lake Town, burning everything in the path. Although now Poppy makes an appearance in the bot lane, as Potion takes a lot of damage in straight from that Corky. Heal from Tarek and a quick flash as well will keep him alive, but that's a lot of aggression down from Little Murdrum. Even just having him pop into the lane gave everyone pause for support, and KLK have got fantastic communication to keep that up. And it's just now a question of what will LSD do to respond. Ian 7 is now level 6, so the transformation is available. So should Shyvana wishes, she will go dragon form and fly on in. She's looking for an opportunity. Yasuo is coming down as well. There, I think there is only one ward on the side of KLK in that area in the brush. So we'll just have to wait and see what goes on there. As the top lane is still very much a bruiser back and forth. Not much has changed. But Renekton in this case looks to be a very good counter to Fiora, which is something I never expected to see. Destiny comes out with Twisted Fate. Does get locked into the gold card, but it doesn't activate till the final bit of Slice and Dice, so X-Cross will get his full distance out of it before it locks him down, allowing him to get a second. And we see pings coming out here on the side of LSD, looking to take away Dragon and get their first Dragon of the game nice and early. Seems to be a thing with teams in the LSD, at least off memory anyway. I'm sure someone will correct me in the stats that red side have actually got a lot of first dragons this year. This far. Sorry, not this year. Who knows, we might end up having another Mini LCS towards Worlds time. Which would be pretty damn cool, if I'm honest. Chance to play some Worlds games. But anyway, we'll see what comes of it here as Crunchy takes a lot of damage early on. Deals a lot of damage early on onto Polshan. Polshan's actually going to go down to Zukro, so Corky getting his first kill on the game straight onto the board. Raul's now got to be very, very careful, taking a lot of damage onto that tower, already down to 25% HP. Ian 7 comes flying in on the Shyvana, manages to land a lot of aggression onto Crunchy, but unfortunately there's no stun left available, and that tower is just too threatening at this point in time. Meanwhile though, in the top lane, Poppy actually starts to make an appearance, and Anorexic Camera doesn't know what to do with itself. This bot lane could go into another fight, or we could see something come of it. Poppy decides to back out of the top lane. So obviously just wants to push X-Cross away and give Fiora a chance to find back up. She is 12 CS, well 14 CS down. I can't add up today. And there we go, now she's 12 CS down. So she'll be thumbing up nice and quick, although she's making a move. I suspect this is going to be a Rift Herald, which is going to be something we have yet to see. At least this early on. Of course, we had one with Okami versus Bunny Kingdom. A couple of other teams as well, I believe, have taken it. And there we go, going down nice and quick. Goes down, and it's going to give it over to Fiora as it makes sense. And let's actually talk about it, because we don't really get it that much. And there you can see, if you pause the video, Doom's Eye gives you increased damage and bonus movement speed, and nearby minions give a boost in attack speed, as opposed to the normal Baron buff, which will give your minions empowered damage versus towers, and gives the siege minions improved range. And to be honest, I love Riot's reasoning for it. After all, there isn't really much for top laners to fight over, isn't it? Because it takes the full last breath, and it actually doesn't take that much damage from it either. So Yasuo obviously not doing enough with that longsword, needs a little bit more behind him. Obviously, BF sword at some point might be quite cool. But interesting to see here as Ian7 goes for a short flight up over the Baron pit. Corky laying down the Valkyrie, trying to get a lot of damage onto Roars, not really landing a huge amount. The death sentence nearly connects as well, so that could have gone really quite badly for Tarek there. And then, of course, once again landing that gold card, getting the procs from his auto attack stacks with the stack deck. Still doesn't quite land the cards that he wants. Has red card, I think he would have preferred a gold, maybe a blue. Now blue seems quite appropriate given his current state of mana. Nope, instead he wants to wave clear, so he's going for full on reds. Obviously playing a lot of fire giants today. Still, Ian 7 not doing very well this game in terms of ganking and overall benefit coming from those ganks in relation to Merchant on Poppy. Here is X-Cross now goes fully aggressive onto Faker. Pings come out, but no one around to help. So X-Cross doesn't have his Fury of the Sands available, so if Faker goes all in, Faker could pick up a kill here, but he's just got to be very, very careful. Otherwise, not a lot going on. Raw takes out a pink ward, although it might come with some consequences, as it's going to be 4 people down in the bot lane. It's going to take Raw completely out of the action. Ian 7's actually coming around on the Shyvana as well. Raw is actually doing a very good job here of keeping everyone back. So Ian 7 gets pinned to the wall, gets caught with the gold card and the box as well, so there's going to be no escape from that. Polshan down the next target here, taking a lot of damage, gets Chilling Smite, gets hit with the hammer, and flashes away on a slither of health. One global ulti, one long range Hextech rocket from Corky could have secured the kill, but instead they're going to turn it into a tower, which is still a massive advantage with 2 kills under the belt from that gank as well. And that's exactly what I was on about between Little Merchant and Ian 7 here, as X-Cross takes a lot of damage. That final Lotus is going to not pop, but it is still going to be a kill for the Fioras. And now Fiora's on the board with a kill, as the minions, with the assistance of Poppy and Thresh, take tower number 1. But Lee Syndrome very quick to respond, taking out a second. So we shall have to wait and see what Shyvana plans to do. She hasn't made a much impact, as we just saw there. Not really having the effect that you'd expect a jungler to have here, as Yasuo drops down the Sentinel's lens and finds Poppy charging right out from the bush and gets gold carded by Twisted Fate for the kill. Perfect little gank there from Poppy, just very, very coincidentally well timed. So, currently at the 14-minute mark, 6 kills for none in favour of KLK. 23,000 to 1,000 gold, but Lee Syndrome have a dragon advantage and are looking very, very strong as well. Getting quite a fair bit of CS on a couple of the lanes and are now starting to push down the top lane quite effectively. It's already down to 25% HP. Though KLK are not phased, they are starting to clean up the Dragon Pit, pick themselves up a free kill. And there we go, Dragon scores now all even across the board. X-Cross taking a lot of damage from Faker. And also not having the best of days. So, elsewhere. What can we talk about elsewhere? Not a lot, really. There really isn't much to talk about. Twisted Fate's on 100 CS to Yasuo's 118. Corky's pulling out a lead versus the Vayne, although we could see Yasuo go down here. Thresh is coming through. Death Sentence could secure it. We did see one more pop, although we do see Shyvana off to the side. He's going to have to do something here, as it is going to be Zoe going down. Shyvana realises the massive mistake just made there. Does get the heal out of Tarek. The Dazzle will lock up Merchant for a little while longer, but unfortunately there was Fior waiting in the brushes. And a very nice Destiny coming out from Twisted Fate will get the advantage down onto Raw and manage to go onto a killing spree. Merchant takes a fair bit of damage. Fakey takes a couple of tower hits as well. But everyone backs away, picking up 3 really easy kills. KLK on fire right now, racking up kills left, right and centre. Thresh actually having quite a good amount of kill participation along with Poppy, sitting at 2/3, so 66% for those of you that are statisticians. And of course, no one on Lee Syndrome with a single kill or assist on the board. And everyone has given a death at this point. But they are still doing well in the gold department at this point in the game. It might translate to something later on. That obviously their team composition is built around picking off a single target, destroying him, and then pushing on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, using Yasuo to mop up, and Shyvana Renekton to dive on in, being big frontline bruisers to essentially push the line. They can push far back to Zuko, or even keep Faker occupied enough for Vayne to get 3 strikes of Silver Bolts down. That'll do, as Merchant gets caught out in the brush. Does use the hammer to try and gain some disadvantage, some disengage, but I don't think it's going to be enough. It does go straight down to Ian7. Chilling Spy comes on through. Ian7 though does go down to the lunge from Faker. Merchant though taking quite a lot of damage. The Dazzle will land the stun, but everyone is now forced back away. Twisted Fate coming back off. Sorry, coming back up from the bottom of the screen there with the gold card zone. Now caught in the final challenge. One more hit will secure it, and it's going to be little Merchant that does it as Zuko comes flying in. The Flight of the Valkyrie doesn't quite land the damage at the last second. I don't think he got the assist either. I didn't see the kill confirmation on the screen. Well, I'll have to wait and see. If you did see it, please leave it in the comment section below. As the third turret of this game for KLK falls in the top lane, so they've got a turret in each lane, so now they've got plenty of options available. On the side of Lee Syndrome though, they need to pick a fight and pick it to their advantages rather well. Namely, keeping Faker or someone preoccupied. As X-Cross looks to go in. Isn't going to do anything of the sort, as Crunchy99 is on ward clear duty. That's a fine duty, as the Rift Herald is actually still around. I'm surprised he has yet to despawn here, as KLK pick it up. Although Baron will be up soon, so this will be the last Rift Herald we see, and it's going to be Faker picking that one up as well, so nicely double buffed. We'll have to wait and see what comes of it here, as Raw and Potion actually now start doing a split push. Teleport coming out from Faker, so that's something to watch out for. Destiny comes out with Twisted Fate as well, lands the gold card onto Potion, and wow, that is a massive amount of damage. Nearly wipes out half of Vayne's HP in one go. They do manage to clear out the bottom lane, however. So that shows the power of almost a double teleport team combat if you consider the Twisted Fate ultimate with no cooldown. I think off the top of my head, at any rate, is only a few seconds shorter than the teleport. Some of the spell, as CN7 gets caught out there, does get caught in the gold card. Nice shuffle of the deck. Will secure Thresh's first kill, so everybody now on KLK has got a kill, which is rather disheartening when the support is pretty much given a free kill. But Zone and X-Cross not willing to let this die. They're actually now starting to push in the top lane, and it's looking almost like a base race right now, as Merchant goes straight on top of X-Cross. It's proving very, very difficult to do here. Faker's actually taking quite a lot of damage, so Zone's got quite the opportunity here. Looks to try and get the last breath, but instead it's going to be Merchant knocking him into wall. X-Cross is still very, very low. The Fury of the Sands bursts off. Could be in a bit of trouble here. The flash comes out from Faker. X-Cross is forced to flash away, but it's not going to be enough, as the lunge will secure the kill. So obviously, Lifeguarding Crocodile does not beat Fencing Master. Or would it be Mistress? No, it would be Master. Mistress is for something entirely different that I'm sure Fiora gets up to in her spare time, as she likes dominating people. And off that subject, we do see another kill going over to Faker, taking down Ian7, who hasn't got quite the health nor the damages to 1v1 players at this point in the game. As KLK continue their charge now, I'd almost go as far as to say this game is done, though I have seen comebacks before, and although the kill count is massively 17 for nothing, the gold count is only 9,000 gold, which it's doable. It will take a lot of misplays on the side of KLK, take a lot of cockiness here, as the final hour tumble isn't going to be enough to get Potion out of this. Does have quite a lot of True Silver Bolt stacks, actually doing quite well against Merchant, but unfortunately the hammer will land the kill and will secure Merchant his third kill of the game. As everybody on the side of KLK now is actually starting to build up quite a nice bit of bounty, so really that 9k could disappear with a couple of kills and a few bounty pickups. We'll have to wait and see, though, as you see Faker there pushing in the top lane, forcing X-Cross into Fury with the Sands ultimate, just to try and get some damage down here. Zone goes straight on in, does take the ultimate, but can he keep Faker distracted? Last breath gets the shutdown, and now you see the gold cap is getting shorter by the minute. But Little Merchant does go onto his own rampage, picking up his fourth kill and taking out Ian7. So 1-for-1 trade, but not the best trade. There's still a very tanky Yordle taking out Lee Syndrome's jungle. Lee Syndrome looking for an advantage, and they're certainly finding it by picking off one target at a time. It's taken them a long time to do it, but at least now they're on the board with 1 kill to 19. When I say it like that, it doesn't sound very heroic. Well, I'll have to wait and see. They've got the wave clear. They are really starting to show that they can make opportunities happen. Thresh coming in from behind. He is going to get found up by Tarek, but he doesn't get engaged upon. Twisted Fate is a little bit too scary with the gold cards, Zhonya's, and a Rod of Ages, and he's starting to build up to his Lich Bane, which means free AP crits. Pretty much as I take a nice sip of a popular fizzy drink. I'll let you try and guess what it is. Video not sponsored by said fizzy drinks maker. Now we'll just wait to see what KLK will do. they have the advantage. They have got LSD on the back foot. And they know full well as Raw gets caught out by Fiora, get caught in the flashlight. Ian7 gets caught in the box, and this could be the final fight breakout here. KLK comes in with full flight in the Valkyrie, manages to land a huge amount of damage straight to Ian7. 2 members of Lee Syndrome go down. Zone is the last one to get picked up, does get caught in the knockup, and the death sentence keeps him from his gate, just inches away. Just one slight move would have secured it. And that is really going to be, I think, the end of Lee Syndrome. Those are pretty long death timers. 30 seconds apiece here. Raw and Potion, the only 2 left alive, and not really much to put up against this wall here as Raw gets caught right underneath. As all 5 members of KLK go on the advance, go straight into it. Double kill picked up by Twisted Fate using the Destiny and a red card combo. Ian7 coming straight on in. Home guard, fully powered. Dragon Form straight at it, but he Dragon Forms right into a world of hurt. Doesn't even have a chance to use abilities as soon as he flies in. Gets taken down, so no Smaug today on the side of KLK for Lee Syndrome rather. And now they're left to try and hold their base for as long as possible. That top lane is vulnerable. X-Cross clearing off the top lane. Zone is looking to clear out the mid lane. And the bot lane's actually self-taken care of. It's got the minion wave quite far down, although there are no tails to help the push further. It's pretty much going to come down to just the occasional bit of minion maintenance before the wave gets a bit too thick to deal with. Otherwise, very nicely done on the side of KLK, managing to take out top lane, inhibitor, tower, inhib, only one solid push, and to get an ace as well is something that's very hard to do. But now we see Lee Syndrome come to form here as they find Faker all alone in the brush, landing 1 CC after another. Just one quick bit of damage is all they need, and there we go. It's going to be a flash from an Exon that gets shut down onto Fiora. So more gold going over, but it's still not enough. That goal lead is just edging ever further as this game progresses for KLK. They're 11 gold ahead, they are 5 towers ahead and a dragon, and along with 23 kills as well. But Lee Syndrome aren't out yet. They're taking their advantages where they can find them. They're keeping KLK distracted as long as possible as Ian7 takes a lot of damage, and giving Zuko another kill. But the Zone went away. He split pushed beautifully. He has got 1 tower, although that's going to be the mid lane inhibitor tower down. Zone is going to go down lightning fast as well. Merchant picking that one up, and it is going to be the inhibitor. I think this is going to be over now for Lee Syndrome with 1 inhibitor down, another one about to fall. A full death sentence range as well to catch X-Cross out. Zuko picking up the inhibitor. The second one this game on the side of KLK. They're going to back off now and take care of Baron, which is a very smart idea at this point after all. Might as well get that minion push going, get all that damage on, and this is going to be the end, I feel, for Lee Syndrome. They fought well, they fought valiantly. When the chips were down, they held the line, but what can you do really? As you can see, Baron Nashor is taking a bit of a beating. He's not feeling very happy as people start destroying his livelihood. Really not happy. It is going to be the kill though. It's going to be Zuko that picks that one up, but the team benefits from it, all carrying that glorious Baron Nashor buff, which I'm sure would help some teams in this situation, especially Lee Syndrome. And they can certainly do with it, considering how far behind they are. Zone takes 1 hit, 1 lunge, a quick teleport from X-Cross does allow Faker to go down, but does get the ultimate proc, and it's going to be a Twisted Fate that manages to proc it and pick it off there. As Olympicos now gets Skull Card, does get it at the longest range possible, which puts X-Cross in the worst position, and actually gets caught out in 3 separate directions. Destiny coming up from Twisted Fate, giving him map-wide vision, picking off Ian7 all by his lonesome. Tarek now left to run for his sweet little life behind the lines, using that wall for cover. Obviously gems are not going to save him today, it's just going to be good old-fashioned concrete. And now we see the power of the Poppy. Taking down one tower, well, in this case, a Yordle, not really Poppy. Taking down another tower and the third inhibitor. There goes one Nexus tower. The second one's going to fall just as quick as well, with Baron buff minions hammering away. One kill coming out there for Zuko. They're actually continuing the charge here, but this game is pretty much over. They don't care about the tower. They care not for Lee Sin's infantry, and KLK secure themselves a victory. So GG, well played. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to like, favourite, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz. And I'll see you for the next game.